Okay, cool.
So, since what up, everybody? Welcome to an episode of Contrast Podcast. I think the ambassador will lead this one since we are on Chakra TV. He'll be the moderator. Representing, calling the shots and everything. So, the ambassador, what's up?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, my end. Yeah.
hmm
Want to
So,
give greetings, people.
yeah.
Yeah, we're not starting our usual time. My bad for that. I got caught up in some situations in Douala. I know how traffic go out here.
hmm
Yeah, but we try to. I mean, like, unless somebody's on a hospital bed or something, we want to really
Yeah,
try
we
to pick up.
try.
Uh,
And
yeah,
to that,
at
really,
least
and
consistent.
I really wanted us to be early today. That's why 30 minutes ahead of time, I was just like,
Yeah,
hey,
I
guys,
started.
where's everybody?
I mean, I went to pick up a bag, my cousin's bag from the airport,
hmm
and then finished that on time.
hmm
But my one of my running, and the
hmm
equipment running we use for the cameras,
hmm
the battery has a problem. So I called King Stephen to help me out where I could get one. He said he does not think they sell it around Douala. He has some I can come and take from his place. So
hmm
he's in trying to locate his house in Douala and then going to pick up the battery from his place. Definitely, we had to chat a bit. Yeah, in doing that, that's where I
Time
lost
flew
in
by.
30 minutes, 1 hour.
Mm.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. So yeah, today I don't know what we'll be talking about today, to be honest, because I saw so many topics in the group. I saw the one of
I
comedians,
think we'll
Cameroon
just chat
comedians.
about them in running.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like the first aspect is Wizkid, 237 Showbiz was talking about Nigerian singer Wizkid has sold out shows in
hmm
UK yesterday as he continues his Made in Lagos tour.
hmm
A lot of his colleagues, African stars, were in attendance and performed. The audience was very vibrant and was proof
Yeah.
of Afrobeat expansion to the world. There were
Yeah.
celebrities like Gabriel Union, Mai, Stormzy, even brought out Chris Brown and Skepta Tems,
Mm.
and a lot more on stage. There's a lot we can learn from this work day. That's 237 Showbiz.
Um. This ain't new, right? Because this guy been doing this thing. Davido just
No, but
did
I
it.
think I saw this yesterday. It was like yesterday or 2 days ago that he did this.
No, I mean he
I
has
saw
been
him.
doing it. This is not the first time he's doing it. That's what I mean.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm not. I
Yeah.
mean, Davido, Burna Boy have been doing these things,
Yeah.
UK tours and this. Yeah.
Especially Davido and Wizkid. Those two guys have been doing it like on the regular. It's just like a norm. Like
Yeah.
those names. Those guys are big in the UK. Davido and Wizkid. Those guys are fucking big in the UK. They can easily
But
get
I
songs
think
with guys like Ed Sheeran. You know.
some of the things we can learn from this is Nigerians have an advantage of population. South Africans have an
Of course.
advantage of economic power.
Yeah.
Cameroonians, we need to use our advantage of diversity to get
Yeah.
into all these two markets. Because
But you
believe
know,
me, till let's say, yeah, go ahead.
it's difficult to get into those markets if they don't let you in, right?
Yeah, but just imagine like who is this? Like at times you
Mm-hmm.
see what's his name? This guy who's from Sierra Leone, what's his name? This actor, the Blood Diamond guy. He's usually in all of these concerts. I think his name was even mentioned here, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's his name?
I've forgotten
Blood
the guy's
Diamond.
name, but I know him. I
Yeah,
know
you
him.
know what I'm talking about, right? He
Uh,
raps.
mm. I don't know if he
Yeah,
raps.
yeah, he raps. How can I forget this guy's name? So he associates a lot with Nigerians just because he knows that's the key market. So I think he brought Davido on stage when Davido's own concert happened, and he was in this one too.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah. So when you have guys like this,
Mm-hmm.
he knows that it's by shooting with Nigerians that he can get the population he needs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just so when you say it's difficult, it's just by doing what you have to do with them, and then getting their numbers with you. I don't know if you see what I'm saying.
Being difficult is one thing, okay, but them not actually them making it difficult for you to penetrate the market is another thing. Being difficult means okay, you don't know how to.
That's the name I forgot,
Yeah, Idris is Nigerian.
No, he's Sierra Leone, I think.
He's Nigerian.
Most people think he's Nigerian because
no, Idris is Nigerian. He grew up in the UK.
Sure, huh? I thought he's from Sierra Leone and grew up in the UK.
No, Idris is Nigerian.
He even has a music label in Sierra Leone which has signed one of their main actors, Shadow Boxer. But yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Let me just check it out.
Yeah, Google it. Because Idris is a Nigerian.
Most people think he's Nigerian because it's just a lot to them, but I thought he was. So that's what I was just saying, like, yeah, these guys keep on saying he's British English.
Yeah, normally he grew up there. He started his acting career in the UK. He mostly, like, his main accent is British English and all that. So mostly English, but it's just something like his motherland, where he came from, where he was born, is Nigeria. But he grew up in the UK. Somebody like 21 Savage, who was born in the UK but grew up in the USA. When he talks,
his name is Idris Akuna Elba. Was born 6 September 1972 in London's borough. To Winston, a Sierra Leonean man. So he's from Sierra Leone.
But he was born in the UK.
He was born in the UK, but his father is from Sierra Leone. His mother is from Ghana.
It means the guy's English.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. So he's British, but he's originally from Sierra Leone. He actually has a music label in Sierra Leone. He raps too. He has signed a couple. I think Shadow Boxer, one of their names, like the third rapper there, is signed on that level. But he assists a lot with Nigerians because he knows when it comes to the old Afro thing. Like I was even watching something on Pulse Nigeria, they were saying it almost looks now like Afrobeats started in Nigeria. Yeah. And when some of these Americans are talking, they talk and they even mention what was done by Manu Dibango or the Zankalewa incident to
as Nigeria. Yeah.
So some of these things, because of their number, you just have to associate with them so that they to carry you along with their number. It's not like it's saturated, but Idris Elba will be doing that because he knows in the UK and the rest, when there are black-related things in it, it's mostly Nigerians, Ghanaians, Jamaicans.
Because trust me, Nigerians are, because of the numbers, they are everywhere. Like in the UK, do you know how many Nigerians are there? Even over here, do you know how many Nigerians? Like, there's something, a friend of mine just said something. A friend of mine just said something like, if you go to a country and there are no Nigerians there, just pack the next flight, available flight.
Leave. You mean, probably there's a nuclear bomb that was thrown there or something cannot prove.
I mean, the next available flight, just leave.
Leave and then go and tell Nigerians that it's an empty space somewhere. They should go there first. If they survive,
yeah. So to me, I see that thing like normal. Like Wizkid has been doing it. People. Yeah, maybe associate with them. Maybe that's one way to do it.
And as for Cameroonians, that should be easy for us. We have a very, especially the English-speaking Cameroonians, we have a very similar culture with them. You can even sing a song and it sounds like it's Nigerians. The borders are so porous, you can dive into the east part of Nigeria as much as you want.
Okay.
So we have that advantage.
That's one thing. Associating with them, it means diluting what you have and what they have, right? You cannot be authentic while being with them because they have the numbers, right? They control the media, they control the landscape of the entertainment, right? So if you try to do
always been doing that though.
No, but when you associate with them, you need to start behaving like them, acting like them, recording the kind of songs they do. It means you want to put your name.
Behaving like them, but throwing some of their own spices into your own thing.
Most of the time when I see us like Cameroonians, when we associate with Nigerians, right? Most of the time when the thing you do is let's just say niche from your country, you turn to be disconnected from the loop. So
don't like, for me, the creative process should not even be like country related or language related. Nigerians, Ghanaians had their tuntum beat, Nigerians jumped on it and put their Igbo language or putting their Nigerian slangs into it.
Exactly.
It was a Ghanaian thing. Yeah. So we can as well take something which is Nigerian, that is their galala, whatever they are doing, and then spice it up with our Cameroonian flavor. They will still appreciate it because it's still the galala, but now with Cameroonian flavor.
Yeah, kind of.
Bossing and Nigerians have jumped on it because they also want some of the Cape Town money. I mean, why should we be feeling like because we jump on something Nigerian, it's less of...
No, it's not like we should. It's not like feeling like if we jump on something Nigerian, we are almost like selling out. It's almost like when you get into those kind of spaces, right? It's not that you're carrying an industry or a movement or a culture. You're carrying you as a person. You're being popular among that group of people. You understand? It doesn't mean your movement and who you are or where you come from or your vibe is being exported into their culture, into their media or into their market.
No.
You're simply being in their market, being like part of the market, and you being popular in the market as somebody in that circle.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. So
it would be like some exotic imports into their thing to diversify. Like when Dombolo was hot, they were calling Dombolo Sukus. No matter what we did from the French side, they were calling Dombolo or Sukus or whatever. But it was like an imported nice thing from the French Africa and they were enjoying it. But it's just to at least get into the markets, let them pay attention to it. It's nice. What we do is nice in Cameroon too. So we can as well, but it's just for them to get the attention from the Nigerians. And then we have the whole of Central Africa looking at Cameroon. We have Ivory Coast and Senegal and French West Africa, which we can have access to too. So for me, rather than complain that Nigerians are doing this, Nigerians are doing that, we just need to know that it's a numbers game. Even the next thing we'll be talking about is similar to that though. So we realize like we don't have the numbers on our site, population-wise or financially, and then capitalize on our diversity. Are we going to have a grasp of the African market? And that's the battle of our time. It's the grasp of the African market. Nigerians are winning it tremendously.
So it's a numbers market, the numbers game. But for that concert, when these guys, because when the post was made by 237 Afrobeats, the guys were saying, what can Cameroonians learn from this and all this? It's almost like these guys just did something which they have not been doing before. And there's some spice or secret in what they have just done now, which Cameroonians are avoiding or they are not doing. You know, when I saw it, I was just like, the Wizkid has been... No, understand my point. I was just saying, like, when I saw that, I was like, but Wizkid has been doing this. Davido has been doing this. So they are saying Cameroonians should learn from it. What should we learn from it? The only thing we can learn from it is the marketing they're working to get ourselves to that stage. Like, the marketing to get ourselves to that stage. It's not the event that we can learn something from that event. What can we learn from the event?
No, I feel like it's just a wake-up call. Like, we are all complaining that our industry is not this, we are not successful, our artists are not this, they don't have fun, whatever. So it's just a wake-up call. Like, each time they do it, our blogs pick it up like that. Like, see what these guys are doing. Let's learn from it. See what they are doing. Until we learn from it, then they'll stop saying, see what they are doing. But for me, it's relevant as long as we are still lacking in our industry. It's always relevant to benchmark ourselves to those successful industries around us.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Good point.
So I think even the second post we have is in the same line though.
Yeah, the comedians, the French and English comedians.
Yeah. Although now it's no longer Cameroon, Nigeria, it's English Cameroon / French Cameroon. Kind of.
Yeah, but this one is obvious, right? It even goes right to music. When you see artists in Cameroon that do French music, you see them penetrating French Africa a lot. And even the Francophone population in Cameroon, which is similar to that of Ivory Coast, Congo, Benin, and all these places. Understand this?
I think I have an idea as to why the English artists cannot penetrate English Africa that much. Because I feel like there is more. Anyway, let me just read what Skizzy Ayanka said before I dive into my thoughts. So Skizzy said, what are the French-speaking Cameroonian skit comedians doing differently? Go check their pages and engagement. Even those who show up a week ago, I can't count the number of billboards and of different brands they are representing. Even Mr. Chantal, we surfaced yesterday. Don't even talk about Mahajaki. Aside Danny Green, I don't see any other though. They are a lot and doing great content. A happy new week. Food for thought. That's me adding. So as I was
it's food
saying,
for
I
thought.
feel like so the question is, one, the French artists are the French comedians are very successful in Cameroon.
The same thing with
it's not
music.
like they're doing, but it's not like they're doing more than the English artists or the English comedians. But I still feel like it boils down to the numbers game and the saturation of the market. Two things. One, the numbers game in the sense that French Cameroon has 8 regions, English Cameroon has 2.
Yeah.
So we are very, very outnumbered, and any strategic businessman will tilt towards better I take a chance with the French artist, hoping that I'll capture some English people, than taking a chance with an English artist,
Englishman,
I'll capture some French. Yeah. So strategically it makes sense. So for any artist who says they don't want to sing in French, I only want to exist in Cameroon, that's a suicide mission you are going on. Either you decide to go all the way out of Cameroon, or you decide to be Cameroon, and if Cameroon French is dominant and you have to work with that. That's one. Now, regards the nature of the two markets is the like what you rightly said, the French artists can easily transcend into French Africa. Why? Cameroon has a very, let me say, a leader mentality in CEMAC, in the CEMAC region. So whatever blows up in Cameroon easily penetrate Gabon, Chad, Congo, Brazzaville, and Equatorial Guinea. But, and then even at times it goes into Ivory Coast.
Yeah, of course, because CEMAC are French-speaking countries, right?
Yeah. No, but now why it becomes tricky, because English Cameroon cannot do the same in Nigeria and in Ghana. Because the competition is stronger. Their industry is higher. So we as French Cameroon has the big brother role to play in CEMAC French Africa. But English Cameroon cannot play that role to Ghana and Nigeria. They are instead above us, so we are struggling to go up. Meanwhile, French Cameroonians are just rolling down the hill, if that analogy makes sense. So it's easier for them because whatever they do, it just spreads into French Africa. But English Cameroon, you have to work harder still in the same market like them, or maybe even more difficult. Because first, they have a local advantage, they have 8 regions, so they'll have some local support and endorsement that have it. Now, with that endorsement, they can improve upon the quality of their production and whatever, and then it permits them to even transcend into the French Africa. But now for the English Cameroonian, first, the environment which he exists, it is hostile for him. It's not easy for him to survive in that environment. And then now even the competition he has out of Cameroon, which is Nigeria and Ghana and maybe South Africa, is even tougher than the French Africa. So it's generally just an uphill task for an English-speaking artist. I feel like they just have to be strategic. I always tell people, like, I don't even like to get into this whole business of complaining. Like, what are you not doing right? What's happening there? This is the reality I dealt with. None of us has to be born in English Cameroon. None of us picked up a card to say, I want to speak English. This is the cards we are dealt with. Adapt to it and make the most of it.
So, everything we are talking about today, and even the opportunities and strategizing and doing all these things, is similar to the same thing like what I talked about, I think, yesterday on my podcast when I said, we all complain, Cameroonians complain a lot, especially English Cameroon, we complain a lot. But generally, when it comes to English and French Cameroon, we are too comfortable to a fault. You understand? To fix the things which need to be fixed in the industry or in the country, we are too comfortable to a fault. And if it is for the English Cameroonian side, not that we are too comfortable to a fault, we complain a lot without asking for or without looking for a solution when it comes to things that need to make us work. Because for the few guys who stopped complaining and actually decided that this road is their road, everything they have to do is dependent on them, you actually see them succeeding. You know, and when these guys succeed, when these guys are succeeding, you see the guys who stay behind complaining, they start looking at those guys who are succeeding and say, okay, you guys are in front or you're ahead, you guys need to do something for the guys behind, or you guys need to push these guys. Meanwhile, everybody started on the same playing field. We all were on the same playing field. You know, that's one of the things, like even when this comedic thing, when the guy called Danny Green, even Danny Green is, to him, that's a huge example for the English Cameroon. But if you see Danny Green is mostly associated with Nigerians. You understand? That's his own way of actually breaking through that anglophone shackle, English Cameroon shackle.
I'm getting the large numbers of English
Exactly.
Africa.
Exactly. Breaking
So
through
that's just the choice. And it's just either spicing up your arts with French or going into Ghana, Nigeria, or South Africa.
Yeah. Because in Cameroon, English acts like being an artist entertainer in English Cameroon is a challenge.
And you mentioned something here. Okay, for those who watch, they might recall who I said I went to see when I was in Douala. And one of the discussions that just came up was he was saying, I was like, man, because like most of these guys were all in Boya, all these entertainers that are now in Douala and are now talking. So I was like, you guys have abandoned us in Boya, you can't look for money. And I could really see that I was doing way, way better off from where the way he was living in Douala. Now, people have come out, people have followed money, people have abandoned us. And I was like, no, it's not really that. It's just that. So it was just a conversation.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, it's just that when we are in Boya, we get so comfortable. And when he said that, I started laughing. And he started making fun of it. He was like, so I was like, I can understand. I said, like, because you just get up in the morning, you see your friends who you guys all grew up, people sit somewhere eat pop and beans. If you have made like 500,000 francs, you feel like you are the boss in the neighborhood. And then, you discuss with them, you go back, they're hailing you like, hey, you are the man. You buy them one round, they're like, whoa, you are the man, and you are feeling like you have made it in life. Yeah. And he was like, yeah. But once he moved to Douala, he said when you go to Douala and you walk into a bar, you drink like one round and they give you the bill, look at the bill, you're like, if I have to keep up with this bill like this every week and I have to work hard in life. And they are seeing other young men going to that bar like every weekend. I imagine like, okay, so it means there's not to sit, it's to work hard. There's no time to stand. Yeah,
it's another level.
And strangely enough, when he comes back to Boya, even after 5 years, he still sees his friends that are still in the same level where he left them.
Yeah.
So looking like, oh, what? So it means about you just being that.
If I stay here, I would have.
It made a lot of sense. And a good number of those guys have moved to Douala and are really doing better. But I'm complaining that English has done this, English has done right. That's the
because
market we adapt to it and strategize around it.
It's something I've been talking about for almost 5 years now. A good example with guys like Magasco and the other guys that most people complain in Cameroon that these guys don't want to let us do this. These guys don't. I use Malox that they say Trace don't want to let us go on TV. Canado is banning us. They don't want us because we don't have the quality. We don't even have the money yet to make the video. How can we get to that level to start making the money to produce this quality of video if you guys keep shooting us down? I'll just give them an example that, listen, if you go to the door, it's locked. Walk around the house, you'll find cracks on the wall which you can climb. You find a way to get to the other side, because Malox, when he used his social media, his Facebook, Malox TV and his network is his YouTube channel and his Facebook page with his Instagram.
Yeah,
that's it. He decided to take his time, and at the rate at which Malox was releasing music was alarming. He was just releasing, building his catalog, building his fan base, building everything. I quoted an example also of Kosi. When Kosi started, Kosi was dropping freestyles every week, like that rap freestyles on his Facebook page every week.
Yeah.
Kosi grew his Facebook page to a certain level where the guys who mess with him already know what he could do and they know what they can expect from him. You understand? But that's some of the things I was talking to these guys, and I say most of you guys should decide and say, okay, well, you spend so much money on one song and you do one video and you listen to that song and all your friends hype it up and you just believe that when you drop that song you blow up.
You blow.
That's not how it works.
That just made me think of when we're driving, because I was driving one other artist to Douala, and we're talking about Malox because he was playing the can. He was like, it's like when it's all said and done, Malox might not look like the biggest name in Cameroon. Maybe after 5 or 10 years, he might be the person who will stand the test of time.
Of course.
Because he has actually built a foundation and now he's lifting up the walls and it's going to be really solid. If Malox goes to 5 million, another Malox will stay at 5 million.
Yes, Malox of course.
One of those guys who was doing 500,000 fan shows left and right, cheap shows randomly everywhere.
Yeah.
So once he gets to 1 million, that now the demand is commanding.
He's a 1 million guy. Yeah.
Yes. So he's that one person who is sustainably building his business model, and when he gets to a certain level, he will stay at that level. But most of these other guys, like recently when this whole scandal came, or let me say scandal, when there was this brouhaha, yes, this whole noise saying Stanley might be out of money, why did he not give that video money? It might be true, it might not be true, but I feel like Stanley's economic buzz has kind of slowed down. I'm not in his pocket. I don't know what exactly is going on. Same thing for Jovi. I feel like his economic buzz has kind of slowed down. They still have money, don't get it twisted. But I feel like the way it was growing is no longer growing like that. The Malox is that one guy who has just been from the Biakes, Combien ici. He went to move.
Listen, most of these guys you've called, right? Most of these guys you've called, this how they moved. They moved like this and came down. But Malox, this how Malox is moving. Malox is moving like this. Malox is moving like Bitcoin.
There goes the
Malox will go up like this, go a little bit, but the trajectory is constantly up. That's Malox. And also another person who did the same thing and his own is not as fast as Malox's own is somebody like a Mike Monster. Even Kosi did the same thing. You know, these guys keep building.
Those guys, they rose and then got stuck.
Yeah, you understand?
They rose. They have not fallen, but they plateaued.
They reached a ceiling. Yeah.
And now they need a new strategy or a new something to go with them, because they rose more of their internet buzz and their Mike at the time. You know when Mike was signed under Creft in Boya?
Yeah.
There was some finances behind him and he went poof. My Monster, same thing when he was signed with the guys in Yaoundé, Gervais.
Gervais. Yeah.
Yeah, he went poof. And then when he left, now he was trying to maintain that level. Same thing with Mike. But what was his name? Malox is that one guy who he did
really everything himself. If you watch his videos from day one to now, you see the evolution. He started shooting raggedy ass videos, but the song, the quality and his content of his song, the quality may not be good, but the content is consistent. His message is consistent.
Like the quality and the cars and
start improving, slowly grow with his market, his fan base, and everything. Yeah, exactly. So that's one of the things most sustainable. Yeah, that's one of the things. Even some of the guys, the artists I'm working with now, that's what I tell them: don't chase a hit. When you chase a hit, you wake up one day and tell yourself you feel frustrated every time you release a song and it doesn't blow up. You feel like you're wasting your time or you're wasting your life. You feel like you get depressed about what you're doing, like your art. From there, you abandon music. And
even on the other side, if you get the hit, you might not be able to maintain a hit.
To maintain
there's no particular formula on getting the hit.
Exactly.
There's a particular formula of how you make your music. If this is your music, the way you're making your music, it's a hit, good and fine. It's not a hit, just
because you know who you're serving. You understand? You know the audience you're serving. So I told them, when you keep building it up, because if you go for cultivating an audience or a fan base, if you drop a song today and you get just 500 people listen, when you drop it the next time you get 700, you drop it the next time you get 1,000. That growth factor of it, the way you see it growing, that's enough for you to tell you, okay, you are doing something right and you're actually building something. It will get to a point where those guys, trust me, if you're an artist who have 100,000 guys who always listen, who want to listen to your song, right? If you drop that song, when you get to that point where you have 100,000 niche fans who listen to your song, just know you have a hit in Cameroon. That's a fact. Because those 100,000 guys, if just 10% of those guys share that song, that's already a hit. Loco even quoted it. Loco said, if you see his song on YouTube that has 2 million views, 200,000 views are Cameroonians. The rest is not Cameroon.
Yeah.
But his foundation was Cameroon. You understand? His foundation is Cameroon. So those guys in Cameroon, when they share it, it gets to those other guys outside. He said his stats is consistent. If he has 1 million views, they are not Cameroonians. The 80%. If 1 million, 80% is out of Cameroon. But the core, the guys whom he messed with a lot, the guys who always share the songs to make it a hit, are Cameroonians. Same thing with Blanche. You understand? So building that local fan base, building it slowly, getting to the point where you have consistent 50K. If you drop a song, just know you're on the right track. You're almost
and that one one you know
making it
it's
through.
yours.
Yeah, you know it's yours. You're almost making it through. Yeah.
And also another thing that struck me, which I think can inspire our artists. I don't know if you watched Jay-Z's speech for his Hall of Fame thing.
No, I didn't even watch it.
Yeah, where he was saying how he spent so much money. He was doing all what he was doing on the street. He raised money, recorded a song, shot a dope video. At least he thought it was a dope video. And then he was like, okay, this one is going to kill it. And then when he went to all the levels, they all shut him down. And looking back now, he sees that this was not that good lyrics he wrote. It was not the best.
Yeah.
But just his confidence kept him going. And that's why I just feel like artists, that's the mindset artists should have. It might be stupid, but you need to have that mindset, especially when you're an artist, where you just believe in what you are doing and you're trying to be consistent with it. As you said, don't chase the hit.
Don't chase a hit, because hits come with disappointment, and disappointment comes with heartbreak, and it comes with frustration, it comes with stress, depression. It comes with you feeling like you're wasting your time or your life. Yeah. So if the first thing in this whole music thing is having the right goal in mind. If your goal in mind is having a hit every time, is aiming for a hit every time you drop, your priorities are misguided, and that will bite you in the ass. Yeah. That's a recipe for disaster.
Those things, and I was like, we could learn from this though.
Yeah, that's a recipe for disaster. Listen, that's why I keep saying I like the trajectory One Shay is trying to take, and even the trajectory I'm building with this guy. Yeah, we observe the first one we dropped, boom. Like the first EP, the Sango Eddie and Mike and Mark. That EP, the number we received from that, we were like, okay, so far this is level in the industry, right? So now the next one, boom, we saw a push ahead. I said, okay, you see, it's actually moving up. So now you have a goal. Since this is the speed you're moving up at, when you get to this stage in your career, now you can test your on-ground presence by, let's just say, organizing a free show here or there to see how many guys will show up, testing it. Exactly. So that's how it is, and I like that's the same trajectory or the same way Sango Eddie is doing now. The same thing he's doing. That's why he's doing this listening session in Boya, Douala, all these places. Yeah. Touching all those places to see how his music is spreading, to see who he's reaching and all that. Yeah. And how it's growing and spreading. So yeah. And coming back to, I know we took a detour talking about building, networking and all that. We were talking about the comedic thing and why the French comedians blow up a lot. It's because of the number, and it's because of the number and the ability and the willingness of, let's just say, neighboring countries who speak the same language they do to embrace what they do, or to relate and easily embrace and share it. You understand? Because I saw a YouTube channel of a little girl. They call her Gloria. She's a Cameroonian. She doesn't, I don't know what, I don't know what she's doing, if it is comedy or if it is what, but I've seen one of her videos and I don't understand what she's doing, but she has, I think, 300k subscribers or 400k.
Is it the one who puts on leaves?
I don't know. I've forgotten.
How was she dressed when you saw what you saw?
I wasn't too much into it because the content wasn't, the quality and everything wasn't the best. So I was just fascinated by what was this kid doing? What is this kid actually doing that she has all this? But is it
she's singing or acting out something or what?
It's singing in the beginning. It's singing like Je m'appelle Gloria, something like that. That's the intro. Yeah, and then in the middle you want to see if it is actually a skit like this Mark Angel comedy things that they do, or if it is a drama, or if it is like a kid doing covers. I was just like, okay, there's a kid at home talking to her friends and they have something like this kind of kid show, and I was like, what was this thing shot with what? And but you see the audience is fucking huge. And I'm like, you see a Cameroonian, and we're talking about also movies too. We're talking about, you see, English movies, okay? This one is a fact.
Yeah.
We can't debate on this, okay? If you watch movies, anglophone movies that they produce, the quality, the sound, and everything compared to French Cameroon movies, English Cameroon movies, and it's not even a competition when it comes to quality and everything. But
English
the consumption,
better, right?
like, it's day and night.
Okay, yeah.
It's day and night. But
yeah,
the consumption of French movies, they don't even care if they shoot it like the sound is one way or the other. They don't even care everything.
Like the things this canal day people used to put out for us, the fingers and the rest. It was
exactly
shot with a phone and not even a good phone at that. So
you understand. So I saw one movie that Beamster was promoting. Beamster was promoting the movie, and I was like, "What the fuck is this shit? Is this actually a movie?" And it was like a trailer of the movie. And I scrolled through Beamster's page, and I tried to see if I can find the trailer of, let's just say, a movie like The Fisherman's Diary or any of those movies that have killer qualities, and I didn't see it. And I was like, what the fuck? You understand? That was when I realized that this thing, it's a numbers game, the population game. You understand? They support theirs. They support the things they relate to, the things that's why English comedians, for you to blow up, your trajectory should be Nigeria. Like, you should think about incorporating some Nigerian slangs in your shit and having some Nigerian things in your, for you to blow up. Of course, that's it. That was one of the things that shocked me. And when I saw this Ayenkia's the post he made, I was just like, this guy's actually seen it. Because go to some of the Cameroon comedians, their skits, the quality of their videos. Just the quality, even though both parties shoot in with their phones, because I know most of them shoot with phones, some of them shoot with phones, you know. But the attention to details, let me just say, like the continuity, they take time to edit, or the sound and everything. When you compare both of them, you're just like, we keep on trying to copy the already established industry to maintain the quality and to maintain the sound, to maintain the professionalism and all that, but our products don't blow up. But you see, these guys, they don't give two shits. They just work with, okay, il y a les gars ici là qui aiment les bagando, ils aiment ça, on va seulement mettre ça dans notre vidéo. We don't care the production quality and everything, but if we represent those things that they can relate to in the video, it flies. You understand? So this whole thing is making English creators and artists in Cameroon, for you guys to know that it is a challenge. Okay, the industry is already a challenge.
Yeah.
So business-wise, you need to be smart. That's just it.
I also just feel like always people will feel like I'm blaming the OGs a lot. But the fact that I feel like I was part of that generation, although I was not anybody anywhere in it. But I feel like if these guys, what is lacking, there are so many talented artists in the middle tier who just don't know which way to go, because those in front seem not to know which way to go. But when you have had role models like the Two-Face, the Star Plus, the P Square blow up in Nigerian industry, it's very easy for the next generation of the MIs to come and blow up. And then now the Olamides blow up, Olamides and the Finos blow up. And now we have the Wizkids, the Davidos, and this one's blowing up again. And then they even have the next generation of the Fireboys and the rest coming behind them. But it's tricky in an industry where nobody seems to have the model. Nobody can really claim to say like let's say, I think, what's his name even? How do they call this guy? Banky can say, Banky came back from Canada, I think, struggled in Nigeria, made it work, held the hands of people like Wizkid, and Wizkid made it work. And then now Wizkid too is holding the hands of others behind him. Wizkid technically held Tems into the global scene. So when you have this succession of success, it's easier for people to break through. But when we're in this kind of...
But Tems was already a big name in Nigeria, though.
Who is that?
Tems. I already knew of Tems for some time,
so
even before.
I specified that he held her hand into the global arena. Yeah, it's another level of success, though. And I feel like Nigerians were blowing up already in Africa. What they needed now was blowing up globally. So he helped her go through that bridge because he had been through that bridge. Yeah, gone across that bridge. Those are some of the things I'm talking about. I keep on complaining about. I don't know if I should call them the OGs or the leaders of the industry or those who are the so-called A-listers or the tops or the kings of the whatevers or the whatever gods. These people should be showing the way to the next generation.
It's to do with that book of God and King Kong
without mentioning God. You know the people. So
no, to me, these guys,
when you have people to follow, I know you're real when you have people that you can lead into the next direction. So when these people don't do these things, we are stuck in this industry. I keep on saying it. Some people might say it's not, people should work hard and they'll make it happen. But for some reason, I feel like these leaders or the people who have been on the forefront have to lead the way if they are really the leaders. If not, they are standing on the way for other people to break through. They should either retire or transition into acting or open a podcast like this other guy. He seems to have a skill in talking or podcast kind of things. You can go into podcasts, other man can go into acting, as he has just acted now recently. You do your podcast, you do your acting. Let's know that people have retired, like Nori has done, and the young guys can now pop into the scene. So for me, it's better, or you decide to lead the way, build platforms for these guys to blow up into. But if not, you guys are doing a disfavor for the industry. The kings and the gods.
Just do we have comments? Can you see the live video that way?
Yeah, let me just check it. No, we don't.
Okay, so the last topic. The timing today, we came almost 2 hours late, more than 2 hours late. So
the next topic. I remember the day I returned. Let me just read it. I remember the day I returned home. I was sleeping on the floor of a friend's house.
Okay, Malox. I saw it.
Yeah, Malox. From the studio to find all my things outside and under the rain. My friend's brother even threw my things outside, even when I was covering them. I picked up the few clothes I had and my CDs and left. That night, I had to find a place to sleep. But today, I no longer ask myself this question. Never give up in life. Never. Says Malox as he shows off his newly constructed multi-million franc house. You might be going through something even more difficult than him at this point. But looking at this picture, don't give up. So that's Malox showing his new house and then saying that
listening to that translation, it was just like that guy wrote that thing in French. It was a copy and paste on Google Translate because there were some phrases and the grammar. There's some places there on the grammar. I was just like, that's direct translation.
If you know where it's coming from, you understand what it means.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, that's Google Translate. The person who translated this didn't grammatically correct. He just copied the French, pasted it, and they gave he just copied it, pasted it in Google Translate. Google Translate gave this thing, he posted it and said, Malox said it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a testament to even what we said in the early parts of this episode of today. Like, he built where he's at right now. He deserved it. He worked for it. He slowly but surely built himself to this point where he's at right now. So of course, okay. So there's nothing special I can say about it.
We spoke and went into Malox.
Yeah, even before we read that. Yeah, to me, there's nothing I can add to that because we're really, even just reading this post now, it just confirmed what we said. Like, take your time, build it, grow slowly. Don't just chase the highs. Like, I always quote so many examples. I always quote guys like Banye with Choco, quote people like Gasha with Kakimbere, This Life, like that hype. I keep quoting all these guys that had boom, like moments, and
they had hits which every artist is dreaming for. But now
but they lost it. They lost it. And right now, all these guys you see, they are trying to, it's almost like tasting a certain high at one point in time, like crackhead. That's why you see crackheads are addicted to crack, because the first time they took it, they felt a certain high that they keep chasing every time. They keep chasing that high every time, and when you chase it for so long and you don't get it, the dosage may get so high that you may OD without actually feeling that high that you felt at one point in time. You know, so
that's what keeps you depressed.
Yeah, that it gets you depressed a lot. So all these guys, they never had structures that could help them manage, and some of these things come with Banye's case is different, right? Gasha's case, all these cases are different, but the only thing they have in common is they had the limelight at one point and they all lost it.
Yep.
Yeah, but if you think about the processes and how both parties lost it, you understand that they had a hand in it.
What's most painful for me is Gasha's case, though.
Yeah, Banye's own case, he, let me say, partly wasn't his fault, and it was his fault too. At the same time.
Plus, I think even Banye, how do you call this other guy? Caronex, most of these people.
Yeah.
One, some of them have attitudes that might have led them to this.
Mm-hmm.
Two, they don't have the right. Some of them, their talent, even I cannot bet they're talented, but it's not like a talent which I'll take to war. But Gasha, anytime, any day, in the global scene, I feel like you put Tems, you put Arya Star, you put Gasha, Gasha will shine out. I mean, she has a kind of unique talent that she can hold her own in any room. I mean, any room globally, Gasha.
Okay, this is what I think.
I mean, like,
this is what I think, right? Gasha has a style, she's talented, right? I understand that sometimes artists have their sound, their style, they have a way which they want to. They have, when they have an idea in their head, they want it to be the way it is, right?
To be that way,
yeah. But that's why that's why these guys called sound engineers, vocal coaches, and all these guys exist. All these guys exist. Gasha, like, within this period of this, within these songs that she has released now, when you listen to it, you still get the essence of Gasha in them. But those songs, to me, I feel like they are not polished. Even if those songs were polished,
and I don't know if she really has. I don't know if she has the fonts and structures behind her like that right now. I don't know what fuel she's driving.
No, but I'm talking about the audio. I'm not.
Yeah,
she's experimenting a lot. That's one of the problems. But the next thing is, it's not bad to experiment. Somebody like Loco, he experiments a lot. Loco's whole career is based on experiment.
No, but I feel like the even till today, Kakimbere did not ride its full wave.
Mm-hmm.
Those three songs, the song, was it Wata? I think it's Wata with Magasco.
I think so.
It's Wata, right?
She had Kakimbere, she had This Life, and she had, I think it's Wata, I think.
Yes, with Magasco. Those three songs, I still feel like
Fire the rise of a pot. What are the three in the pot? That's the song, right?
Exactly, that song. Yes.
Yeah.
Those are songs which you can even put them as soundtracks in a documentary that blows up in another direction, showing some sad things in Africa, and you don't know where it goes to as a soundtrack or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that some of these kind of songs, when I look at the song, I just feel like the artistic potential of this song has not been exhausted.
But both parties,
they went and then got stuck in a certain environment and did not go out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Both guys, Gasha and Banye, but there's one thing similar between the two. They took a lot of time away when they never had enough grounds, when they had not yet put their foot in the ground. They took a huge time away and lost. They stopped being. They were not as memorable as they thought they were when they decided to disappear from the limelight. You know, Banye's case, he was locked up for 2 years straight, so he couldn't control it. Like, Banye was locked up. Yeah, but Gashia's own, there were wrong choices, wrong decisions that she made within all those things that caused this to happen. You know.
So
So
should have come out like Akon now.
Locked up, won't let me out. Hey.
No,
Okay.
being locked up gives you some level of street cred, which if you capitalize on, who knows?
That not in Cameroon. Yeah, so hers is just wrong choices, wrong decisions made, because towards that period, all those songs were being produced by Pazzo. Pazzo was like Pazzo is an artistic guy, like somebody driven by creativity. That's somebody, if you're around that person, you always want to work, you always have content, your production level be high. You know, she was dating Pazzo at that time, and they were together, and Pazzo produced This Life, produced Kakimbere, produced that song with Magasco and all those songs. But when she split with Pazzo, when they separated, she lost that production machine that gave her the quality and that sound, because I believe Pazzo has a hand in the sound she has now, like the sound, you know.
Yeah.
I believe Pazzo and her crafted the sound she has now, the identity she has now. But when that rift happened, she started trying different things, different people, and the management team she had and all those things. Like, there was a lot that went into her losing her footing, you know. But nevertheless, she's still dope, she's still talented, but she needs, when I say her songs are not polished enough, I don't know if I'm talking about the production. I'm not talking about the video quality and all those things. Listen, I can live with an audio without video. Video just help to increase the platforms where you can promote the audio on, like the song on. It gives a visual representation of the audio. But once the audio is dope, trust me, it can go. To me, I prefer to sometimes play songs and close my eyes just to listen to what it is. Yeah.
My frustration most of the time, even although you mentioned that there are these people who have tasted the high and want to keep going back for the high, there are also people who are dreaming of the high and are also chasing it as hard as those who have tasted the high.
Tasted the high. Exactly. That's
even worse, because
it's worse.
You don't even know if you might ever get there, but you are on it. I mean, like, there are guys in Cameroon
talking about Grammy.
Let me just call some names. Do you know Groovy?
Who? Groovy
Selector.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the guy.
Sick talent, man. I'm not a guy, so I sit and look and I'm like, I'm not God, there's nothing I can do about this, but I just feel like this guy can go there, maybe just check him out.
Is he a rapper or a singer?
Groovy raps, produces, sings dance halls, sings R&B. I mean, good. When he does dance hall, people are like, whoa, this guy can give me a run for my money. When he raps, you're like, But his lead strength might be rapping, but singing, like vocally singing and dance hall, he's good. Then he raps on the side and he produces.
You just text the name in the group so I can search and listen to his songs.
Sure, I'll shoot it to you. Then there is some DC.
Okay, it means, is he chasing the highest high or what?
He's chasing the high, fresh chasing the high.
That guy
never tasted it before, but chasing it.
Yeah, these kind of guys who are dope this way, they need a structure to groom them, grow slowly, and remove that mindset of chasing a high from them. Yeah.
And like I was saying, these are guys who if I'm watching them and I'm like, whoa, I'm imagining he who has a talent in him, the way he's feeling like, what am I doing here? I should be there. But for some reason, you are always here. I mentioned the other guy, DC. I don't know if you heard of DC.
DC, yeah, I knew about DC a long time ago. He did a song, Kirikou.
I have DC songs in my laptop. I don't know how many.
Yeah, I've heard. started listening to
But songs
DC,
that
I
will
think
not
in
be put out.
2013 or 14. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Then
met
he,
DC, I think 2011 when I just came back.
yeah.
He's how he introduced me to Edilo Dre. 2011 at the time.
Yeah, they were
Edilo
always
Dre was
together.
still working at the Da Cobra house.
Mhm.
Yeah. Two little guys now, like, but when I heard what they do, I was like, whoa. And this is the worst. This is sings, he produces, he does all
Yeah.
these Afro-ish things, and I'm like, whoa. But he has never, each time I meet someone like this, is I'm trying to work on this, I'm working on this, I'm trying to put this, but he has never put out something the level of bass. I don't know, man.
And there's one thing too about
He's
him, he
talented.
doesn't release songs. And when I listen to the few songs he has out, he puts a lot of time in his production. Like, you really know that this guy is, he loves his
He
craft.
doesn't release because he's planning for it to be too wonderful. He wants it to be too wonderful, so he's always planning and thinking and planning and never putting and never doing.
Send me his number. I had his number and I think I lost it.
I will check it out. Last I heard,
Yeah, I had his number in 2014. Yeah, I think 2014, 2015 when I came back to Cameroon, somebody gave me his number.
Yeah, but he's sick. I'll get his number and send to you. He's sick, talented.
Yeah, I lost his number. I had it in 2015 when I came to Cameroon. Towards that time frame, I forgot, but I don't have it again. That's most of these guys. They just keep working on it, believing that. The problem is, and this is another example, okay? Another example, bruv. Sorry me for saying this out loud, okay? We're on a podcast, and this example really works, okay? Martin New Songs. When the guy came out and dropped that his dope ass EP, he believed that when he drops that EP, he'll become a household name. That is album. He just came off the rip with an album. Bam. Trust me, that album is fucking dope. But I believe he hasn't released anything since then because the reaction he was expecting from the album, the growth and the explosion he was expecting from the album, he hasn't got it.
Something and then you're expecting that it's going to go.
Yeah. When I was talking with him on the podcast, I asked him, why didn't you just go single? He said, trust me, I have over 500 songs on my laptop, 1,000 songs. I'll be dropping songs. These guys are not even ready
for what your best out of the 500 and put out. So anything you are putting out of that 500 will be less.
You understand? So maybe because not the best,
when you watch
but
some of these documentaries about these big artists, once, like, I think, was it Eminem? No, I think either Eminem or 50 Cent who said he worked on about 100 or 200 songs before picking out his album. Once you pick out that album, the whatever is left is now you just be putting it in mixtapes and throwing it out. It's no
understand this, but that was why I like what 50 Cent did. Do you know what 50 Cent did? 50 Cent made himself hot in the street and scarce in the street that everybody wanted what 50 Cent had. He did those 500 songs, right? He selected the songs for his album, right? He kept his album, then started flooding the streets with those ones like throw away on mixtapes.
Those mixtape quality.
He started flooding the street with mixtapes. Wayne did the same thing. Let's just say the year 2000 to Wayne, every feature Wayne would be on it. Like Wayne had mixtapes.
Because the Get Rich or Die Trying album is something else. It's almost like every song in it was a hit. Then they just gathered all the hits and kept.
Yes, that was what he did. You know, so if you like some of those songs which you thought were throwaway, when you finally heard the album, you'll be like, what the hell did this guy? You understand? So that's what most of these guys like. Yeah, I told this guy, why didn't he cultivate his audience or the fan base by releasing singles, cultivating it, then throw an album? He said, because what if he's giving out enough content because he has realized that Cameroon artists don't release too much music. That's one of the things he said, like they don't release too much music. He's giving enough content so that if you go to a show to perform, you have enough songs to perform and all that. But negating the fact that you've just dumped a project, they are consuming it at the moment. It has come as a pack. That's one song, all of them get saturated, everybody will get tired of it. If the attention span will have the same time frame. That's an album. You understand? So
Yeah.
To some of these guys, they need strategizing, and even before, okay, a day or even before, because Victor Kange is his PR. I think the day they released the album, Victor called me. That was the first time he called me. He had never called me before. He called me on video. He said, bro, you've listened to that album. I said, bro, now fire. He said, tell me, we do have a promoted dating. I just told him, you guys have already released an album. It's already an album. The album is out already. You understand? So the only thing I want you to do now.
What I would have asked him, right, is his process for the album, though. Because if he says he has 500 songs, did he produce those 500 songs in 3 months? Mm-hmm. Because we know that the consumption spans of consumers nowadays is very short. In less than 3 months, all those your album, the album you have put out in less than 3 months will be pushed to the back playlist because new songs have come out and hotter things have come out. So unless you can guarantee us that you produce the next star of 500 and select the best 10 or the best 7 and put out again, there is no point in putting out something which it took you 5 years to do. You put it out in one pack and you are not sure of putting out something again in the next 5 years. Then the buzz dies down.
Yeah. So when that happened, I just gave him.
You're sure of putting that same quality in the next 3 months, fine.
Yeah, I just gave him one of the easiest and the most basic, one of the, like, because I have tiers of marketing and let me just say audience building. I have tiers of it. That's why I said I'm doing an audiobook, but I just gave him one of them, the one I can give to everybody. I just say, you know what? Create a WhatsApp group and see who messed with the album, put them together, rally a small movement for him in that WhatsApp group. Like, try build something concrete where you can say, you can, guys, create a family for him, like a WhatsApp group. I know you have Facebook, WhatsApp, and all these pages. Trust me, all these places are, everybody is there. But if somebody decides to join that your WhatsApp group, it means they're joining that group for you. That was just what I told him, because the album was already out. There was no build up, there was no process. They had their things planned out. They had things which they planned to release, you know, and they did what they had to do and they put it out. And yeah, that was to be honest, the album was amazing. Like, everybody I played the album to, they'll be like, what the fuck? But the rollout and the whole planning was
you know, like, that's one of the things I always say in Cameroon, which I'm like, I've decided to just roll back, be doing all that stuff behind the scene, and then hoping that one of you guys is going to break the code. I mean, like, it's always sad to see that everybody who comes is trying to reinvent, trying to build their own strategy, trying to because nobody has the blueprint at hand. In other industries, there's no way you will meet a Wizkid, or what do they call these guys who were, what do they call Mike Okuri, the guy for Chocolate City, and he look, or Don Jazzy. He picks up that you are talented, you have what it takes, and you will not blow up. You are dreaming.
Yeah. So
if he says move like this and you move, in Cameroon, there's no guarantee.
Yeah, we are building. That's why we are trying to build a foam. We are building something which we think, not like we think. We are building something which, based over time, we see the result we are getting from it, and the result only mature with time. We don't just go for quick and fast results, because if we get, trust me, if we release a song for Mark Cedric today and it blows up, right? Or let's just say any of the guys I'm working with and it blows up, right? To me, it'll be good and it'll be very bad. Yeah. To me, it'll be very bad. it'll be dangerous.
It might distract them.
It might disrupt everything we are building now.
Yeah, it might distract them from the plan.
It will distract them and it will disrupt everything we are building now.
Deli B, I've got a new manager in Cameroon. We are going to sing in Ivory Coast.
So, not like it will disrupt everything we've been building, because there you say, okay, the guy's blown up. We are trying to catch. It's like you're moving at 4x, and now everything is coming at 16x.
It's easier to motivate somebody. Yeah, it's easier to motivate somebody towards success. But it's more difficult to contain them after success. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, true.
Yeah,
true that.
So now it's just motivating, and I know what we are doing is the right thing. Just be patient, it's coming. The ones that's come and now feels like this is it. What do you tell them? instead looks now like you're holding them back when you're like, no,
exactly,
chill, don't go. So
exactly.
Then it takes a bit of maturity on the person's part, and then for it to really work.
Yeah. So
well, for me, I just said we are patient in the industry. We have learned to be very patient. A lot of people.
No, we are OGs. Me and you will be OG for industry, so we learn to be patient because we've seen a lot, we've observed a lot, we've invested a lot.
Okay, let's see what happens. We have seen this.
We've seen strategies, seen things that have been done before and they failed. Right now, okay, this is how it works. Okay, this is how it works. We don't aim for that. We build a road to that. We don't aim for that because if you jump and you miss it, your points are home.
Very nasty fall and getting up is always easy.
Yeah, so you try to say, okay, I'll go this way, I'll build this way. If it stops, okay, I'll look, see if I can put like this once I get there. When I get there, at least I have a route that I can call somebody and say, okay, where you do work at the council, bend for that place. Oh yes, bend for the place. No, go for that place. People are there for backside, they'll aggressive you. Yes. Turn so. Wait, start climb straight, no look back, no bad. Yes, so that's what we are trying to build. We are trying to create a route for the guys who will be coming up. Okay, so we've been going.
We are praying for you.
We've been going for more than an hour. So, I think you take us out for today.
Yeah, man. Once again, I apologize for our late start today, but I still congratulate us for trying to keep the consistency because for me that counts most.
Yep.
And as usual, I will just ask you, we are trying to have interesting discussions and growth-oriented discussion of the industry out here. This discussion is intended to spark discussions down the line. So once you run across this, talk to your guy, I heard this, I saw this, I think this. You can comment below, like, share. That's what will keep the discussion going, and hopefully it's going to have the impact it intends, which is to bring change in the industry. So once again, your boy Ambassador.
Yep.